man they came for wasn't inside that church, but his car was parked outside, and that was good enough for them. The gunmen stepped into St. Philip's Catholic Church, spotted his father sitting in the front pew, and they pulled the trigger. When they realized that their real target wasn't there, they opened fire on everyone else in that church. A Sunday morning that began with prayers and hymns, it ended with blood on the altar, bodies on the floor, and at least 13 innocent lives stolen in Ozubulu. This is the Ozubulu massacre. It was August 6, 2017. Early mass had just started in St. Philip's Catholic Church in Ozubulu, Anambra State. Men, women, even children were inside. Suddenly, gunmen stormed in. First, they shot Chief Cyril Ikegonu, an elderly man in the front row. Then they sprayed the congregation. People ran, screaming, hiding under pews. Those who tried to escape through the doors, they were cut down outside. By the time it was over, at least 13 worshippers were dead, more than 20 injured. This wasn't Boko Haram. It wasn't terrorists. Police quickly said this was personal. A feud that had started thousands of miles away in South Africa had spilled into a quiet village in Nigeria. The name at the center was Aloysius Ikegonu, better known as Bishop. To some, he was a hero, a young millionaire who built roads, schools, even this church. But behind the generosity, there were whispers. People said, Bishop made his money in the drug trade in South Africa. He strongly denied it, but the rumors never stopped, and he had enemies. For years, Ozubulu indigenes in South Africa, they were fighting over drug turf. Murders piled up overseas. At least 6 men from Ozubulu were assassinated in Johannesburg before 2017. The violence got so bad that gang leaders in a South African prison were allegedly sending threats home. They demanded $1 million to stop the killings. If not, they would wipe out Ozubulu people everywhere in South Africa, in Brazil, even back home in Nigeria. So when Bishop came back to Ozubulu in August 2017, enemies knew it. He was meant to attend that mass. Instead, at the last minute, he didn't show up. His parents went in his place, and that's how his father became the first victim. Governor Willie Obiano, he visited the scene that day, and he said it plainly. This was a quarrel between two Ozubulu sons abroad, and that it had been dragged back to the village, and innocent people paid the price. President Buhari called it an unspeakable sacrilege. Nigerians everywhere were horrified. Police arrested suspects. 4 men from Ozubulu were charged, including one named Great Chinedu Akunonu, said to be Bishop's main rival in South Africa. Another, Onyebuchi, was accused of joining the feud out of anger after he had been shot abroad and felt abandoned. Witnesses flew in from South Africa to testify. They told the courts about the threats, the extortion demands, the drug war, and how the feud had spiraled out of control. But here's where the questions begin. No eyewitness ever said that they saw those men pull the trigger inside the church. The actual gunmen were never caught. Some reports say 13 people died, others say 15. Which figure is the truth? Why did the killers choose to do it inside a church, breaking every cultural and spiritual taboo? If the real target was Bishop, was he simply lucky that day, or did he know something was coming? And if rivals in South Africa openly bragged that they sent the killers, why were they never brought to Nigeria to face trial? April 2019, a judge said that the evidence wasn't strong enough. All the accused were acquitted, no convictions, and just like that, the case ended. For the families of the victims, justice never came. So today, the Ozubulu massacre sits in a painful place. The community has moved on, the church has been cleaned, reopened, and people have returned to worship. Every August, the dead are remembered, but the unanswered questions, they still hang in the air. Who really ordered the hit? Who were the shooters? And why has nobody paid the price for the 13 lives, or 15, that were taken in God's house? The Ozubulu massacre is more than a tragedy. It's a warning. Sometimes the enemies that we make abroad, they follow us home. And sometimes even faith cannot shield us from the cruelty of men. Let's be careful out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like stories like this, please follow me. I tell them all.